in the current marketplace, I think it's incredibly difficult, as a black person especially, to not produce. And the reason I say that is because if you're waiting around for other people to make the things that you want to be in, there is still such a narrow view of who we are. And so you will end up playing the best friend, or being on the periphery, or being an addendum to...
Or being the savior.
Oh, well, that tends to be white people who are the saviors.
No, let's disagree on that, because it seems to me there's a long tradition of having the white people who are the focus of the film, and they run into trouble, and then there's a black savior.
Oh no, you're referring to the magical Negro. That's a different trope. We don't get to be called black saviors. No, that's the magical Negro.
Well, I wasn't going to do that.
No. Yeah, leave that alone. Let me do that. But these are genuine tropes, and it's not to, people. Work is work. These are SAG members here, and I have played roles earlier in my career that are not the zenith of what I hope to do, and I've learned from doing them, and those are good things to do. But I think to keep the conversation moving forward, there is a fight. There is a fight to center different people. When I first got the script for Selma, Lyndon Johnson was the lead of the film. Dr. King was a peripheral character on the film. Yeah. And all the producers involved were white men who had their point of view being projected onto... I like white people, by the way. I'm married to one, so let's just be clear. This is not me. This is not me saying...
That's good. I'm white.
Yeah, I noticed. But my point is that I think we all operate from a place of bias. And what diversity and inclusion actually means is you need more people of different sorts in the room to be able to apply their own bias. No one is going to blame you for doing that because you see the world through your own lens. But if all the decision makers are white guys, that ends up being what ends up on the screen. So literally on Selma, we went from white male director to white male director to black male director to Ava DuVernay. And in the different iterations of that film, you literally saw the script change to their perspective of what the story should be about. So it remained Lyndon Johnson as the focus, with Stephen Frears and Paul Haggis. Then Spike Lee came on board, and then after that it was Lee Daniels. You saw that project spin over to being more focused on Martin Luther King, and then by the time it was Ava, you saw all the women of the movement rise up in the script. And that really shows you how perspective matters. And if you are going to be able to apply your perspective to a project, you have to be in a leadership capacity. So I didn't realize that for me, I brought Ava onto Selma. I brought Oprah onto Selma as well. I didn't know what I was doing was producing. I was just trying to find a way to get that film made. And I learned on the job, so to speak. And then once I had done that out of necessity, I realized, as you said, as you gain in power, as you gain in notoriety, the best use of that is to now have other people rise up alongside you. So one of the things that I'm most proud of with Bass Reeves is giving the opportunity to young black actors.